Yeah, Brandon. She made lasagna with nut meat in it.
Did you have to say it that way?
That's what she called it. That's literally a quote from what she said.
Right.
Was it good?
I love nut meat.
That's not what I meant. I meant the lasagna as a whole. But that's good to know.
Yeah.
Welcome to After Playlist, the music playlist discussion and reaction podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Terry.
And I'm Brandon Lee.
And Happy New Year. We're back with a new episode for 2025. Sorta asterisk. This is y'all first episode of the year. But, we love music and talking about it. And today's episodes, it's the end of January. We're coming into Valentine's Day. So we definitely want to talk about relationships. And particularly not the good ones.
Nope.
Obviously, most people's relationship goals are to be cherished and respected, but sometimes they kind of turn a little, I guess the word is toxic. And today we're going to discuss some of our favorite toxic songs about these toxic relationships. But of course, we two guys, can't really speak for all the type of relationships out there. So we had to get, a female's perspective. And to help us out with that today, first time guest on the pod, long time listener, Suga.
Hello.
Hey,
what's up, Suga?
Welcome to After Playlist. Happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Awesome.
That'll be good. Alrighty. Well, we're going to be referring to songs from the playlist throughout the episode today, as usual. So to ensure that everyone is familiar, I'm just going to run through that playlist real quick for everybody. So starting at the top, we have Pick Up the Phone, Falling in Reverse, Crazy Bitch by Buckcherry, This Is Love by Air Traffic Controller, What's So Different by Ginuwine, I Feel Like I'm Drowning by 2 Feet, Breezeblocks by Alt J, Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood, If I Get Caught. Now, okay, is this dvsn or is it Division?
Division.
Okay. So, If I Get Caught by Division. Still Be Friends by G-Eazy featuring Tory, Lanez, and Tyga. Stay With Your Wife by Sheba Potts-Wright. IDGAF by T Grizzley featuring Chris Brown and Mariah the Scientist. B.A.S. by Megan Thee Stallion featuring Kyle Richh. Fall Slowly by Joyner Lucas featuring Ashanti. Kill Bill by SZA. We Cry Together by Kendrick Lamar and Taylour Paige. Escape, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. And Back to Black by Amy Winehouse rounds it off. So if you haven't already listened to the songs that we're about to discuss, we have direct links to the music playlist in the description, aka the show notes, for your listening pleasures.
And before we dive into the episode, we have our usual After Playlist disclaimers. Number 1, we respect everyone's opinion, regardless of how wrong or awful it may be. Number 2, if you identify with any of these songs on this playlist in particular, please hang on to your Valentine's Day gift receipts because your relationships are pretty much doomed.
It's not looking good.
Not at all. Read the writings on the wall.
Yep.
And number 3, we're just talking about the music, not the artist's real life, personal or cancelable issues, but your relationship is pretty much canceled at this point. If you like these songs, just throwing it out there.
Or if you heavily relate to them for your current relationship, at least.
Yeah.
And lastly, if you're enjoying the podcast, please be sure to give us a like and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you get your podcasts. That is the easiest way to share and support the show. And also it's free. So, that's nice. And yeah, without further ado, let's get toxic, guys.
That's right.
So, okay. I want to start out by just asking you guys in general, have any of us, do you feel like, do you think you've been in a relationship that you would title as toxic in the past? Hopefully you're not currently in one that you feel is toxic, at least.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna let you go on that one first, sure.
Woo, yeah, the last one was toxic from the start.
Okay. You don't have to get into details about the relationship specifically, but what I'm curious about is, did any part of this playlist like kind of resonate with you on a deeper level because of that, do you feel like? Like, did you like really relate to any of the songs on the playlist?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Terry, he doesn't know me, right?
Yeah. Brandon has to learn a little bit.
Yeah.
On the job training.
Okay, well, I get the feeling I might learn at least a little bit today.
Well,
yes, you are definitely going to learn some stuff today.
Yeah, and speaking for myself, definitely. While in the relationship, definitely didn't feel as toxic, but as it grew to a close and then Monday morning quarterback it on the situation, like, oh yeah, should have, yeah, was in that way too long. Definitely can relate to that. What about you, Brandon?
I don't think I have. I kind of feel weird saying that after both you guys just immediately were like, yeah, obviously. I mean, I've definitely had like relationships that like kind of go south like at the end, but I've always, either myself or the other party always like ended it before I feel like it got to a toxic level, thankfully. So.
Aww.
See, I think being in a toxic relationship is that it's always toxic. Like somebody is always toxic.
Yeah. And it's also usually harder to like, I mean, like Terry was just saying, it's definitely easier to like recognize that once you're outside of it, you know, once you're away from it, you got some distance, you could look back on it, you could be like, oh, well, obviously that was like so many toxic traits were so obvious. But it's usually once you get kind of further removed that it becomes obvious. In the moment, it's, you know.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah,
it's also true.
Sometimes, you can be in it and know it's toxic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but also too, I think some people use toxic or use correction. I think some people use fun as a synonym for toxic. So it's like, it's fun. Oh yeah, we're having a good time and living your best life and not realizing that, this fun isn't the fun that's a sustainable or healthy fun to be had.
See, that's a good point, because I actually feel like some of the songs on the playlist are like, there's various degrees of toxicity that we have on the playlist, where some things, I do think pretty much all the songs are toxic in some way, or, you know, one way or another, but some of them are a little bit more forgivable than others, in my opinion, or a little bit less toxic, a little bit less. Some of the songs I would want to be in that situation less than others. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I felt like some songs were giving serial killer and some were just giving, you know, Mad X.
Yeah.
You know,
like the like Mad X and like some of the like more just like, I just want to be a free sexual spirit or whatever. Like those types of songs, like definitely those can be toxic. And I'm sure we'll get into more specifics once we actually like get into the songs themselves. But I mean, it's also like kind of subjective to the people in the relationship a little bit, I feel like.
I mean, well, that's a part of it. It's like, it's normal for one party and toxic for the other, you know. So
but there's also some songs on here, though, that's like, if you at all try to make the argument that, oh, no, this is just my normal, I would definitely be giving you some side eye.
I mean, we respect everyone's opinion, regardless of how wrong or toxic it may be.
We listen and we don't judge.
Exactly.
It's good to be reminded of that from time to time, I suppose.
Okay, right out the gate. We ain't got to the playlist yet. You already judged it.
Okay, you have to promise, Brandon, listen and don't judge, because the more you learn about
I'll try my best, but we have to set at least some kind of ground rule here, right? The nature of the episode itself is going to be a little judgy. We're casting aspersions on all these songs here, or at least what they're talking about.
For sure. I mean, in the manner in which some of these scenarios are brought up in these songs, definitely earn that side eye. So I'll give you that pass. But again,
thank you.
But once you have your first 1, 2, or 13 toxic relationships, you'll these songs will hit a little bit different.
I will. Yeah. I'm sure as my life continues, I will be checking back into this playlist in the future, for better or worse.
Be like, you know what? This Fall in the Reverse song kind of hits a little different today.
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Right.
Okay, so this was one of my picks. I don't even know how I stumbled across this song. Oh no, I know how I stumbled across. So yeah, Falling in Reverse had a song out called Ronald. That's a straight up banger with the Tech Nine and a few other people.
Love that song.
I was like, okay, well, let me go back and check this band out because I feel like I missed out a little bit. And some of their other songs are kind of want, they're okay. But when I heard Pick Up the Phone, I was like, okay, this is wild. This is 100%, as Sugar just said earlier, serial killer vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
It immediately reminded me of I know Brandon won't get this reference, but Sugar, you might. You remember that old movie, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So okay, well, you kind of responded that way too fast, but but that song reminded me of that.
And that was a very toxic relationship.
Super toxic. Brandon, right. And this old movie is an old Martin Lawrence movie. Martin Lawrence and Lynn Whitfield. She basically trapped Martin in this crazy relationship. So much so that she put a bag of oranges, she put some oranges in a stocking and beat herself with it, and then called the police to say that she was being abused by him just so she can get him back in her arms, so she can bail him out and take him back home.
I see. Okay. That might be way more toxic than anything we have on this playlist. But
I don't think so.
It might be as toxic as some of the most toxic things we have on this playlist. I'll say
definitely that. What y'all think about that song?
Yeah. Well, Pick Up the Phone. When I first started listening to it, I'm like, okay, this isn't something that I would listen to in the car. This is more like a ringtone. Like it sounded like a ringtone.
That's so good as a ringtone, though.
Yeah.
Just yelling, pick up the phone.
Right. Like, I don't know. That's all I got from it. Besides the reason number 524, why kids take guns to school and kill their girlfriends.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, all she have to do is pick up the phone and none of this would have happened. So, just saying.
Okay, do we want to kind of, I don't know, maybe not make a game of this, but do we just for each song, do we kind of want to take a moment to try and like point out what the toxic behavior is?
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm game
I think that'd be fun just because we have such a variation on toxic behaviors for this playlist. Yes. So obviously it's in the title for this one. I feel like just being super possessive and just you ring, you call your girlfriend one time, she doesn't answer, and you just start spazzing out. And you're sending her mass text and blowing her phone up.
My mass text. I mean, your contacts.
Okay. No. We hate that song for a totally different reason, Terry. For one, I can actually listen to Pick Up the Phone on repeat and like not want to shove a pencil in my ears, even if what it's talking about is not great.
But here's the thing, though. They both had the same level of toxicity.
I don't know. Honestly, like, just lyrically, Pick Up the Phone might be worse. Because, mass text is more just like, I'm lonely and I want to be liked. Please respond. I feel like this is like, this is more psycho boyfriend. Yeah. But there's also a line where it's like, when the cops get here, you better tell them you failed because they're going to see the bruises on my face and you're taking both of us to jail. So I think, obviously he's probably an unreliable narrator in this song, but if that's true, both sides are pretty toxic. It seems like in this, it's just an abusive, controlling relationship.
Definitely. And like, that was a line specifically that made me think of A Thin Line Between Love and Hate because, like she basically faked her own injury, something. And like, this guy is crazy enough to be like, yeah, we both fell. Yeah, definitely that for sure. I'm believable,
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part of this song, well, obviously the song itself is.
Are you going to say the very end?
I love the very end. The very end is what sold me on it.
Okay.
I love that part. This call has been disconnected. Fuck you.
It's such a good ending through the song. It really is.
Oh goodness. Okay.
But,
cool.
So yeah, if they are both at fault here, then he's crazy, but she's also a crazy bitch in that situation, which leads right into our next song. That was a terrible segue.
No, that was perfect. That's perfect. You got a crazy guy calling. Now you got a crazy bitch.
Crazy Bitch by Buckcherry, which I always just love the name of the group Buckcherry because it's a spoonerism of Chuck Berry, who's like, 50s, 60s rock legend, essentially.
Did not know that.
But yeah, Crazy Bitch. So I don't know who added this song or who if this was one of your picks, Stereo, or someone suggested this to you, but I almost picked the song myself and decided last second not to for some reason I can't remember. So I'm really happy it's on here.
Yeah,
I'll say that at the gate.
That one, like, this was a outsourced pick. So a couple of my friends recommended, like, oh yeah, like here's a good toxic relationship song because apparently a lot of my female friends kind of have their own toxic playlist that I didn't know about. Sugar, is that a thing? Do y'all like have like a toxic playlist already on standby?
I don't know if you can say y'all or even me. Like, I have songs that I didn't know were toxic until now.
Yeah.
Like,
that is so fair and valid, honestly.
Like, that's my jam. And what's funny is that I let someone listen to this song and they were like, oh, I know that's your anthem. And I was like, I had to listen to it again, like, oh shit, okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is put this on my iTunes list.
I mean, it's not the best song to have as your anthem, but
I mean, but if you can own the worst, it's not the worst.
It's definitely not the worst.
It's not the worst.
It's ownable for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so what's the toxic trait in this song?
Well, this was one of the ones I was kind of alluding to earlier that I feel like is on the less toxic side. You could argue like just sleeping with a girl and then just calling her crazy and like leaving because like it's the third or fourth line where it's like I'm gonna make my way after having sex or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like obviously he's just hooking up with this girl and then leaving her regardless of how she feels. That could be a little toxic depending on like boundaries were set or not in different situations, but that's my thing. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna defer to you on that one since it's your anthem, Sugar. You can go ahead and
yeah.
Okay, what was the question again?
What do you think is like the toxic trait in Crazy Bitch?
Ooh. Okay.
Crazy.
What is the toxic? Okay, like first of all, she's crazy, but he can't get enough. Like he like, but you fuck so good. So it's like you crazy, but I'm gonna let that shit slide because I want some more. Like that's what I'm. Like and
no, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, like those are the words, and I can totally relate.
You're ignoring all of the problems with the person just because they're good in bed. That's definitely a toxic trait. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So it's definitely leading to. It's like a combination of like almost gaslighting, but it's also more like addiction behavior.
I think it depends on if she's actually crazy or not.
That's what I'm saying. But he doesn't really.
If she's actually crazy, then you just read it at face value for what he's saying or whatever. But if she's not, then it's definitely like some gaslighting of him just saying like no, like that's him either in his own head, his own like self delusion, or it's what he's just telling her just to manipulate and all that.
Yeah, there we go. Right. Manipulate. Yeah. So it's I won't say gaslighting, but they're definitely more manipulative, I would say, because like she's using her sex as a tool to keep him, and he's falling for it as well.
But see, no.
What you mean?
No, she's not doing it on purpose. She's just that good.
Oh.
But how do we know that?
Yeah, how do we know that?
She can't help it. We're still on my anthem, right?
Yeah. We are.
Take it from me. She can't help it.
All right.
I mean, look. I mean, at what point do you blame the drug dealer? You know what I mean? So, like, clearly she knows her stuff as a weapon. She can't be out here just doing that stuff. Out here pushing it on people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She have it registered.
It's registered, absolutely. She got to warn people, like, hey, look, you get a taste of this, you're gonna be hooked. Just letting you know.
But no, people don't believe it. You don't believe it till you're there. Okay? It can't be that good. Oh shit, she was telling the truth.
Oh shit. She ain't lying for a second.
Right.
Go have your ass in the corner crying, goddamn.
Right. Sucking your thumb.
Call it an Uber for yourself and you drove. God.
Oh my God.
Right. Okay. That's it. So, so sliding off this crazy bitch. Let's move over down to air traffic controller with "This Is Love." I really love the instrumentation of the song. It's very vibey, and then
very vibey.
And as you're listening to the lyrics, you're just like, "Oh, damn, this is kind of fucked
up." Yes, this is my. This is out of my picks, at least. This is my favorite song that I put on the playlist. But yeah, it definitely feels weird every time you get to it's like as you're listening, and whenever you get to the end, you're just like vibing out to this song, and then you're just like, oh,
yeah,
just like, oh no, it's not great.
Yeah. So yeah, I loved it. I actually kind of I like the twisted messaging in it, and I do like this one where it has had the guy and the girl, right? Singing together.
Yeah, I had like the girl come in with like the refrain.
Yeah. So I liked our harmonies together, how I was kind of going back and forth with it. So yeah, I definitely it was definitely just like how you said. I would vibe to it, enjoy it, and then the lyrics would kind of kick in and register in my head. I'm just like, damn, this is so fucked up, but it's so good. And I listened to it a couple times.
What do you feel about this one, Sugar? This Is Love.
Totally giving vampire and serial killer.
So you have your anthem, and I have mine.
That's a bold pick, dude. I gotta tell you.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
You scared Brandon. That's hilarious.
Like, that was.
I don't know if I was scared. Just more concerned for Terry.
That was the line. Look, at this point, the things I've said to Brandon, if I haven't scared him off yet, and you too, Sugar, if I haven't scared neither one of y'all yet.
Not yet.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I definitely see. I mean, again, this is very much psycho, hyper controlling vibes. It's just, to me, what makes this song like what sets it apart for me is just how like blasé, because it's from the point of view of the abusive partner, and he's just like so blasé of like, you can run and you can hide, but like, you're not going to outrun my knife or my gun. Just like lines like that. It's just like, it's just like, you can't just say that. What do you do? What do you mean? Right. I don't know. Just it's just so in your face and just blunt with everything.
Yeah.
But this is love.
Yeah, this is love. And that's like, that's the crazy part is like, so many people are in relationships like that where like to them, that is love.
Right. Yeah, that's the part that's really sad because again, like, for some people, God damn it, Brandon, you keep eloquently like putting it together, but yeah, that's really fucked up.
Sorry, you're welcome, and I'm sorry.
Because I don't have anything to add because like you pretty much just said it. So I'm just, now I'm sitting here thinking about it, just like all these people that just out here, I'm so happily married. This is it's like giving me like Lifetime movie vibes. Just like run. Like, why are you in this relationship? Like
Lifetime movie vibes, dude. Yes.
It's like, this is not love. You can't just fall for this guy that just came to your small town out of nowhere. Like, no. So you have any other notes you want to add to this one, Sugar?
No, that's it.
Okay. So let's get into my favorite pick out of the songs I added. What's So Different by Ginuwine. This is a classic from the late 1900s, 1999, 100% Ginuwine. I think this is like one of his most slept on songs that came out.
It's a good joint.
Yeah, it's a good, like, it was the first single off his sophomore album. Then the following single like blew up like way past this one. So I don't think people really remember this song for what it was. And for me, being the nerdy person that I am, I just love the fact that this dude did an R&B song with Godzilla in the background.
Is that what that is, dude? I just assumed it was like a dinosaur screech, but it makes a lot of sense that it's Godzilla.
Yeah, like that's so they sampled the Godzilla theme song. That's the theme song for Godzilla. And
that's been bothering me for like a month or so now, just so you know.
Yeah.
I've refused to look it up.
I'm glad you didn't, because I've been wanting to, like, I have memes and everything like on standby. I'm just like, I can't do it. But this is also one of the songs that really made me really think about this playlist, because I mean, I love that era R&B music, and then just listening to the song in general, like Ginuwine singing about a song where a girl is trying to hook up with him, but like she's in a relationship, and he's like, hold up, so you gonna cheat on this dude? Why? Like,
it's literally the song version of if they'll cheat with you, they'll cheat on you. That old adage. It's literally just that, but like fleshed out into a song. And I love it for that, if nothing else.
Yeah. And it just reminded me that, like, compared to the other songs on this playlist, for this song to be kind of self-aware, like, hey, no, I'm not going to do that with you, because why? It's like, it doesn't make sense for me. It don't make sense for you. Like, why?
And it's good advice. Have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like if it, again, just it's in my experience, I've never been cheated on, but I've had several friends that have been, and it seems to ring true that if they'll cheat with you, they'll definitely cheat on you down the road.
Yeah.
I've seen it a good handful of times in my life.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling being cheated on.
No.
So. Or, but hold up. Hold up. Sugar, got something to add? Or
Well, I was just thinking that's not totally true. It's not totally.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know,
expand on that.
Yeah, like, you know, been there, done that, and I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not totally true. You know, to say like once a cheater, always a cheater kind of thing.
No. I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't say that far.
But I'm just saying, but being
definitely
in that
people
situation,
grow and mature and everything. But it seems to be to me.
And get tired. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To me, I look at it as like it's the foundation of a relationship is being set on one half of the relationship, like betraying someone else that they're already in a relationship with. So it's just like the whole from the get-go, your relationship, what it's built on is like not a solid ground type deal. And so I feel like it's highly more likely that because of that, you're the person who is already a known cheater. Once they're unhappy, it's easier to do it again on you. In my experience, it seems to be the case again from what I've seen. But it's also very anecdotal. Everyone is different. A person could definitely be, you know, cheating on someone for, you know, essentially ends up being the love of their life. And then they just settle down with that person. I'm sure that happens all the time, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get it now. I agree. Yeah. I mean, like, I had to like think about it. So yeah, like, okay, if I'm with someone and I cheat on them with you, and now I'm not with them and I'm just with you, then yeah, you're going to be like, I
mean, it's like he says in the song, like that thought is always going to be kicking around in your head. Like, you know, we have a big fight and she runs out of the house and goes and stays with her sister, stays with her friend for a couple of days. Like those thoughts are going to be kicking your head. Like, oh, well, she might be cheating on me because she cheated with me. Like, I feel like just that is you're setting yourself up for failure most of the time.
But at the same time, though, when you're sleeping with the enemy, it's the enemy that you know. So it shouldn't hurt as bad. At least I don't think.
What? You just mixed like three metaphors together, I think.
Yes, it's almost like I'm drowning by 2 feet.
Awesome segue, sir.
Feel like I'm drowning. This is another good one, man.
This is another vibey one, but in a much different way.
Yes.
It's more of a jazzy, vibey.
Well, to me, like, after hearing What's So Different and then going into this one, it's like, okay, you're asking yourself what's so different, and then like you're kind of reflecting on it even more. So it's just like, damn, like you're really kind of in a dark, sunken place, so to speak, when dealing in a toxic relationship. It's like, it's that weird gut feeling of like, you have the answer to the problem, but you don't like the answer. So you're trying your hardest to find another solution. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to do this, but I know I need to because you're in this situation. But yeah, I really enjoyed the song. It was a good one.
I just want to say real quick, the one line from this song that I always like go back to, it's literally like right at the beginning of the song. It's like, all my friends think you're vicious and they say you're suspicious. If kind of like you were just saying, if you feel like, you maybe having doubts or questions about your relationship, if you have really good friends that you like trust and have your back, definitely just like ask them like, hey, do you think we're like actually good for each other? Like, are you happy for me being in this relationship? And if they're a good friend and they're honest with you, if there is an issue, hopefully they'll tell you and you can do some self-reflecting from there.
Yeah. Okay. So I partially agree with that, but also at the same time, people don't really know the full relationship. They know what they see of it. So,
that's true. I guess if there's more like obvious toxic behaviors that maybe you're blinding yourself to, they might be able to point that out to you. Yes. But you definitely have a point too. They definitely don't see the full scope of the relationship. They only get a slice. So
yeah,
you have to keep that in context, I guess. Okay, Suga, what are your thoughts on I Feel Like I'm Drowning? I want to know, did you like this song?
I have this song. I love this song.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So this song was new to me. I never heard it before.
Oh, really?
I like 2 Feet a lot. He's good.
Yeah. I don't know where I got it from or when I started listening to it, but I've had it, in the rotation for a while now. And I don't know. I love the beat. I love the, I love this song. I think that's the first for me. It's the beat. If you get, if I'm feeling the beat, then I'm going to listen to it more and, see what the words are talking about. But it's always the beat first for me.
And I feel like for this song in particular, the beat kind of gives you how it imitates the feeling of drowning almost, just in like how it's like kind of slow and subdued. It kind of makes you feel like you're underwater in a sense.
Yep. It definitely has that water drop, like the water, the water drop effect or whatever. Like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then is that a guitar that says bam, 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 bam?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
It might be like a synthesized guitar of some sort, but
okay. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Me too.
It definitely pops out and then I just love when the chorus comes in and just like starts hitting. I'm just like,
yeah, it makes you bop your head.
Oh yeah.
Snap your fingers. Yeah.
All of that.
It's simple but good, and it's simple in like the best way.
Yeah, sometimes less is more, and
yeah, exactly.
It feels full. Like even though it is empty, it feels like a full situation, like Sonic situation. So I love it.
Yeah,
I don't know really what toxic trait. I think this guy is just like real. This is a song about a guy kind of realizing he's in a relationship with a toxic person, and is like. Coming to that realization in the song.
Yeah.
More so than like any actual traits.
I believe the trait for this one is denial. It's like, you know it, you see it, you're aware, but you're still like trying to be in that relationship. And when you need to get out and you're in it, and just fully aware that like your friends are leaving, you're realizing that this person you're with is fake and you're not happy, but you're still in it. And it's time to go. Like the relationship been expired, but you're still holding on for whatever reason.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't have a good segue into Breezeblocks from that.
I don't think there can be.
Well, damn. That was your segue. There is no segue.
Right. Yeah.
Let's get into Breezeblocks.
Now that we're talking about Breezeblocks, let me ask both of you guys a quick question. Are you aware of what a Breezeblock is?
No.
Suga, are you at all aware of what a...
No.
Okay, so that is a British slang term, jargon, I guess, would maybe be the more appropriate word for a cinder block. What we would just have as like a cinder block here in America.
Yeah.
Okay,
See, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Because that was in the video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's when I was like, blocks. Oh, that's the block they're talking about. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't know. I thought you knew something else.
Yeah. So let's talk about this video. The what?
I have seen it so many times, dude, and I still am not 100% like who is who in the video, because there's a woman tied up in the closet, but then there's another woman that he's fighting, and the whole thing is in reverse, so it doesn't make any sense. It's not in chronological order.
Yeah. It really fucked my brain up trying to parse this. I was like, I don't have the mental bandwidth to try to decipher this, but I did go and read the comments, and the comments range from, oh, I can't believe the song is 10 years old, or from whenever they did the original comment or whatever. And then other people would be like, yo, I've loved this song for so long, and this is my first time watching the video, and this song has not been the same since I watched the video. And it was like, that's the feeling that I got. Because I was kind of parsing together some of the lyrics, like for what I was gathering. And then I watched the video, and I was just like, I don't know if I can listen to this song anymore.
Wow.
Well, okay, so I guess I'll break down what the song is about, because it is kind of poetic and vague in a sense on what they're talking about. It's basically about whenever you love someone so much that you're like willing to hurt them to keep them.
Damn.
Even if that means like literally weighing them down with soggy clothes and cinder blocks.
Yep.
And he uses Where the Wild Things Are as a motif throughout the song.
Right. Yeah.
Of just like loving you so much, I want to like eat you and mash you up. Like, damn. It's like such a visceral, extreme, almost like psychotic emotion they're feeling.
All right.
Definitely giving Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. Seriously.
Definitely.
Definitely got a little bit of that.
What's his name? Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Again, and I repeat, I don't think I can listen to the song anymore.
Right.
The song got really dark.
It got darker than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's creepy.
It's kind of a creepy song, but it's also like it's a bop. It's a bop and a half.
He's still standing on it.
Like it's a really good song. Like I would put it up there as like still arguably All J's like best song, even though it's like off their first album.
Like the beat is really funky. Like if you just listen to the music, you can continue to listen to it. Just don't listen to the words. Ariel. Just don't listen to the words.
Well, here's the thing. Like I used to be that way, but now Brandon has corrupted me to the point where I can hear lyrics now, and now I'm trying to like find the hidden meaning and relate to it and parse the poetry within it. So it's technically his fault for ruining me.
You're welcome. And for this song, I feel like the lyrics also have their own cadence. That's like, to me, it definitely enhances the song, the way that it's sung. Like not even necessarily like the words themselves, just the way that the words are structured, the lines are structured, whatever, I guess. And that's the other thing too. Again, when I heard it, listening to it, I was like, okay, it's fine. He's kind of singing weird or whatever. But then I watched the video, and the way he was singing it is like he's singing with his jaw clenched. Like you can hear the anger in his voice, the way he was singing it. And that's what takes me out of it even more now, because it's just like he's like really like got the butcher knife right there, carrying the cinder block, like just ready to go.
Yeah, you kind of gotta be angry to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
we're off your rocker.
I mean, a little column A, column B, but damn,
that's true.
But like, because like when it came on, the girl was in the bathtub with the cinder block on it, and I was just like, okay. And then,
where's this going?
Where is this going? And then by the time I got to the end, you saw the girl that was like taped up, mouth shut or whatever, and then the hand like dropping in the bathtub, and the water that was kind of opaque is starting to turn red. I'm just like, oh god, this is really gone far. Like if you're in a relationship where it gets that far, that bad, that angry, just no, just don't like end it
and say you did. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't and say you did.
Right.
Trademark sugar.
Yeah, okay. But I will say that one thing that this video did for me was piss me off, because you kind of got to think backwards.
Yes.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you really had to concentrate and think in reverse.
But that's so alt J though. Like they can't just be regular. Like, they got to be extra on everything. So
it's very on brand for them in their music videos. I don't think I've seen a single one of their music videos that like at least totally made sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, how dare they make a piece of art that's easy to follow?
Basically.
Okay, well, moving on from one psychotic person to another. Let's talk about Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. This was another outsourced suggestion that was brought to my attention, and I was like, oh, yes, this is a perfect song for this playlist. Personally, I hate this fucking song, but for this playlist, it's
Gasp.
perfect. Yeah, sorry.
And I say that as someone who actually like low-key loves Carrie Underwood. I had a huge crush on her growing up.
What?
Yeah.
I think
You don't like it?
I've just heard it so dang much, man. For me, growing up in a small rural Georgia town, every girl I knew just about played this song with their windows rolled down in the summer rolling down the street.
Yeah. This song was a warning. It was a warning shot for everybody.
Straight up, dude.
Like if you fuck up one time, I am destroying your property, your livelihood, all of this. And before I go all the way off, I'm gonna let y'all talk because I have so many thoughts about this song.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like, this is the angry girlfriend anthem. Love it. You know, because she does everything in this video that you want to do.
It definitely seems like it's a cathartic song if you're a woman and you're in this situation. Or if you've been in that
just
situation.
That, yeah. You could be in this situation. It's good.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I've been trying to hold it back. I can't do it no more. So other than it, just the song itself, like, okay, I wasn't really big in the country. I've done my tiptoe into country a little bit more. I can tolerate the country or the pop country or mainstream country of the song. That part I don't have a problem with. That's fine. The problem I have with the song is that when you listen to the lyrics, he's probably doing this. He's probably doing that. He's probably doing this. Yes. She has no fucking proof, and yet she goes and cuts this man's car and writes her name on property. I'm just like, hold up, you went ape shit over a property. You don't know what the fuck happened. That doesn't give you a license to vandalize my materials because you mad because you didn't got the proof of it. You can't just do that. Like, oh, I burnt your house down. Oops. Like, no. Like, that's not
I want to
right.
go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. I feel like in connection to what you just said, I feel like the toxic trait is everything she's doing in this song. She's the toxic one.
Thank you.
That's like even if he is cheating, which is again not proven, but if it is, that's wrong, obviously. But like that's not how you don't. You're just gonna end up like being arrested or end up having to like get sued and have to pay for all the damages of this dude's truck and everything. You just bashed up and keyed and scratched your name. There's evidence. You put your name on his leather seats, lady. What are you thinking? Don't put your name in the crime scene. What are you doing?
Exactly.
But okay, that's obviously this is why we have you on, Sugar, because it's obviously a very like male-centric take on the song. I didn't even really think about how cathartic it would be until you said it, just to hear it as a woman.
Really?
Yeah, this song made me angry.
It definitely made me just like put up a defensive front a little bit. Like,
really?
Yeah, because I was like, I wish he would come and fuck my shit up over a property. Like that could have been my cousin. Really? That could have been like somebody down the block or whoever. But like,
that's also because Terrio and myself. Correct me if you might not correct me, but correct me if I'm speaking out of turn here. Neither one of us are really like cheaters by any stretch. So I feel like it's hard for us to like
Yeah,
be in that guy's shoes to begin with, or like what she's saying he's doing. Like we would never be in that situation. So if this happened to us, it would have happened to us wrongfully, which makes us upset to think about.
Exactly. I would never, ever do such a thing. Yeah, this song really made me
Man.
Well, let me just say that
I even gave you an out and said you didn't have to like speak up and correct me on that. What do you do?
Well, let me just say this. I've been on YouTube and TikTok a lot lately. And one thing that's been going around is that Black women don't cheat. Have you heard that?
No, what? Black men don't cheat. I heard that one.
Yeah, Black women don't either. So this is all just for fun.
Huh.
That was a joke. Okay. You guys didn't laugh.
I'm just like, huh.
Look, you're like, bitch, I know you. Okay.
All I could say was, huh.
That's what you're going with?
A wise person once said, I gave you the out, and this is what you do? You had to correct me, huh? Oh my goodness. But yeah, but I never really thought of it like from that perspective, because I was so angry and caught up in my own feelings every time I heard this song. Like, just like, other than the sheer torture of like being forced to hear this song so many times, and then the subject matter of the song, just like, oh yeah, and I went ahead and showed you're a pretty little. I'm like, you know how much time it takes to get these things, and I work very hard for it, and you get mad over it probably.
I also want to say, whenever this song came out and I was like a young teenager, this song made me mad because, again, I had a big crush on Carrie Underwood at that point in my life. And I was like, how dare anyone even think about cheating on Carrie Underwood?
Oh, so you over here trying to defend her honor.
I was over there simping a little bit. You know, very much unbeknownst to Carrie Underwood, half a world away, not caring at all what 15-year-old me thought.
That'd be hilarious. Like, Carrie Underwood was like on her music video says, she's like, I think there's some kid in Joyner that really upset me now. Oh, well, action. Oh, well, on the flip side of that, the song that I find absolutely relatable and really near and dear to my heart, If I Get Caught by Division.
Well, you're just leaning all into it right now. I mean, hey, man, you do you.
This song is, gospel truth. Like, you know, if I get caught cheating, it don't mean I don't love you. I'm just saying, like, it's totally relatable. It's super relatable.
I'll take immense issue with this.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna speak for you, Brandon, on this one. You know, so I feel that we both can relate to this song very strongly. Yo, so I heard this song at work when I had my Spotify playing. I was the unofficial DJ at work, and this song came up on the algorithm. And this song came on, and I just died laughing. I was like, wow, I didn't think this song was going to go there. And then it went there. And at the time, like the team I was working with that day was all female except for me. And I started clapping my hands. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When I said the amount of daggers that came my way, when I said that, they almost got jumped. Because the way this dude is talking about it, don't let one little fuck mess this up.
Don't let one mistake take all this away. Like, that's wrong, dude.
I get it. Like, I get it.
Expand on that, Sugar.
I get it. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes, you know, you slip and fall
into somebody else's.
Yeah, right on it. And, you know, like, you get up and you're like, damn, I got to be more careful next time.
Exactly. But, you know, she got that Buckcherry situation where, you know, it's so good. You got to keep going back. So I get it.
Right.
Okay, look, it's one thing I can somewhat accept begrudgingly, like, because I don't really subscribe to, like, a mistake was made, right?
Yeah, like, just one little fuck, Brandon.
At some point, though, that's like a decision you made. So, like, you can say it's a mistake, but like it's a mistake you consciously made, right? So you still bear some response. Like people say that like it's just one mistake. Like I shouldn't be held. You shouldn't like hold me over the fire for. But like no, it's still consequences of your actions. But in this case, for this song, like it's not just one mistake because like he's basically saying like, yeah, so what? Like he's being very dismissive about it. If you make a mistake, then you confess. You go to counseling, you do all the stuff to like reconnect with assuming you want to stay together with the person you're with, at least you go through all those things and you get back together, you end the relationship. This guy's basically saying like, yeah, I'll probably do it again. What?
Okay.
Because he's literally like, you're asking them questions again. Like, why are we doing this again? Like, you want to know you want to know what I got to say? Well, the truth is, and then it's the chorus and it's just like, that's not cool, man.
Say what now?
Terrio.
Uh-huh.
Okay, listen. He shouldn't even be allowed to be able to talk about this playlist. Like, you are so green, okay? Like, you are so green.
You have to have my pure wholesomeness to balance out y'all's treachery over here.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
You know what? We're going to do a Toxic Love Songs Part 2 once Brandon has some more experience in the world.
And I'm going to lead it, and I'm just going to be like a broken shell of a man.
Just like, wow, he made this whole playlist by himself. This is crazy.
Some of these are very dark.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to fix this. Okay, like.
Okay. Whoa.
What
Back
you
up.
have to understand. Okay. Yes. What are you saying?
Look, sorry. What do I have to understand? Tell me.
Okay. He's doing it. I think for most people that are okay with this sort of thing, it's the upfront that makes it okay. Like, just don't lie to me. Don't hide it. And don't let it be after the fact.
That is true.
So, yeah.
If those boundaries have been set in the relationship and both sides are okay with this, that is a totally different thing.
I mean, technically, he opened the song up and says, like, you knew I had hoes when you met me.
Bam.
So why are you mad? So, but the toxic trait in this whole song, just like how you said, Brandon, is the dismissiveness and the 1,000% gaslighting of the situation.
Yes.
The way he was just basically was just like, this is your fault. Like, don't let me cheat and ruin this. Yeah, I still love you. I love her too, but I love you. I just dislike the love part. Like, I don't know if I
agree with what you just said. But again, I'm pure and wholesome, so. What do I know?
Right.
I'm somewhere on the spectrum. I'm somewhere on the spectrum when it comes to the purity. But yeah, it's just I just find it absolutely it's comical and truthful at the same time. It's like one of the most realist songs on this. Well, I won't say most, but it's definitely one of the realest songs on this playlist for sure. Okay,
my favorite line in this song, for all of the wrong reasons, is: would you rather be that girl that cry in a Corolla or a foreign?
Ooh.
Like that's just the epitome of everything you just said. Like, look, yeah, I'm gonna make you cry, but would you rather cry in some shitty Corolla or like this super fancy exotic sports car that I just bought you? Like that's.
I mean, the price of admission, you know what I mean?
That's, again, if that boundary is set and both parties are okay with it, that's fine. Just most people, I would like to believe, have a modicum of self-respect, and that's not okay for them. So, I don't know. My self-respect, at least, is worth more than a foreign sports car, but that's just me.
Shit, my self-respect to work it down. Give me a Honda Accord. Like, baby, please, I can change. I can change. It ain't you, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like I really like this song. Love the chorus, love the beat. I feel like he was spitting nothing but facts. And
everyone's entitled to their opinion, regardless of how wrong or awful it may be, Suga.
Right.
Regardless.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, all right. Well, speaking of boundaries, I feel like the next song is actually potentially, from a certain perspective, a decent example of that. We don't get the girl's response to all of his questions, but if she's okay with it, then that's fine. this, I mean, there's a lot of like friends with benefits type situations that don't end in catastrophe, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Which the song, let's just say the song Still Be Friends by G-Eazy with Tory, Lanez, and Tyga might be helpful there.
Yeah.
Okay. Loved it.
I knew you was going to love that song.
Love.
I knew you were going to love that one. So this one was another random pick that just showed up. And again, I'm playing R&B music because that's what the ladies at work wanted to hear. And this song came on and I'm just like, this is a song? Like, he really made a song about this? And I was like, okay. And I was like, this is going to the playlist because it's like just straight to the point. I was just cracking up that this was even a song in general. That, you know, it's one of those things that, we all, often talk about it at times, with, your depending on the level of friendship you have with certain people, you can approach that subject and see if that's something that's feasible. A lot of the friends with benefit situations don't turn out well because somebody ends up catching feelings one way or the other.
True.
But not to say that it can't be done.
It can also end with both of them catching feelings. I've seen that once. Yeah. And then they end up dating for, some time or whatever.
But it depends on how long you've been friends.
And how good are the benefits?
How you became friends.
How good are the benefits is definitely a key factor that has to be noted down.
Yeah, because not all benefits are
the benefits are trash. It's like, all right, can we just go back to being friends?
Seriously.
This never happens.
This never happened.
This is not it.
But see, this is not the friends with benefits type of things. This is just like, we gonna be fucking and we still cool like that. Like we still friends, but let's just, break me off.
That's not what friends with benefits is?
Not all the way. Like,
well,
to me, friends with benefits. To me, friends with benefits is more like it's almost like a boyfriend on the side, like a fake boyfriend, or
okay. Wait, I think I get what you're trying to say. This is more of like a one-off, is what you're saying. Whereas like a friends with benefits is like a reoccurring thing. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No. Like I had a friend. Okay, we've been friends since I was 11 years old, or we were 11. So I saw many, many girlfriends, his girlfriends through high school, my boyfriends, but we stayed friends. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was just somebody was horny that day and it's like, whatever, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And so we did, but we still kept the same relationship. So I don't know, but it didn't happen all the time. It didn't happen often. It just happened whenever. And so I think a friends with benefits is more regular. Mm-hmm. Whereas this, I could probably count on one hand how many times we did it in 20 years or 30 years.
Okay. So yeah, this song in particular is more just asking if we had sex, could we still be friends afterwards? Not can we be friends with benefits and have this ongoing thing where we're still friends, but we're constantly hooking up. It's just I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though, if you fucking that should be implied that you're going to be still friends. You want this to continue. If you fuck somebody and they stop being your friend, that's on you.
Well,
that means your shit trash.
Right. Your shit is way trash.
While that's a somewhat valid point, I'll admit. I think the question isn't are you just going to stop being friends? But it's if we fuck, then does it immediately mean we have to now be more than friends? I think is the question. Can we just have this one night where we get together, do the thing, and then still be friends? Or are you going to catch feelings if we do, and it's going to ruin the whole dynamic of our friendship?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. Still be friends. Okay, yeah.
Which is why I think this might be up there with. Is
this your anthem, Brandon?
No. Just. Whatever song I said at the top of the playlist is one of the least toxic. I think potentially this is also one of the least toxic ones on the playlist, just depending on it really depends on what the other person's response and how how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Because like Suga said, it could just be, this right place, right time, right energy of the day or whatever just happens to happen, and then it's fine. They just keep being friends afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair though. I just find it funny just to pose the question in the song. on that type of beat. Like you're in a club.
It
like,
is.
just like bopping and shit. Like, can we fucking still be friends? I'm like,
and I do love the song just like musically.
Yeah.
Not even looking at the lyrics or anything. Just it's a good song to listen to. It's
for sure.
It's a fun vibe.
For sure. Okay. Well, speaking of vibe, let's take a screeching left turn into Stay With Your Wife by Sheba Potts-Wright.
Okay, this might be my favorite song on the playlist.
Hilarious.
Because it cracks me up so much, dude. It makes me laugh every time. She's so sincere in telling this dude that he's cheating on his wife with her. Like, no, do not leave your wife for me. Oh my God, that is such a mistake. What are you thinking? Don't do that. It's so she's so genuine.
Like that.
It's like, I'm good with what we got. We link up, we hook up, we go our separate ways. What's wrong with that?
Right.
It's just so straightforward, and I love it.
That's awesome.
And see, she probably has that. What was that?
That
what was that? Right. Yeah.
That Buckcherry. She got that Buckcherry.
Yes, she got that Buckcherry. That's what we're going to call it from now on.
Writing it down.
Taking notes. No, when I first heard this song, I was dying. Of course, it's an Alabama blues special because I love blues music. They just definitely just come out of left field and just be like, "Yeah, we're just gonna talk about it." Ain't no
every time. Every time.
It'd be the most specific scenario that this person wrote. Just raw. And I'm just like, wow, you're just not even gonna try to put an innuendo on this at all, huh? You just gonna just stay with your wife. Right. She would do things for you that I won't. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
She loves you, I don't. That's just a line. She loves you, I don't.
Yeah.
And it really like undercuts, or not undercuts, but underscores just like she is like, she fully is aware that she's like potentially ruining this relationship because she's like admitting like, no, your wife loves you, dude. Stay with her. I mean, obviously keep coming and sleeping with me, but stay with your wife. It's just like that dichotomy. I love it.
I love it, and I also love the fact being that this is a female singing this song. If it was a dude,
it would be totally different.
It'd be a totally different vibe. But the fact that this woman is strong enough to know that her Buckcherry has so much power, be like, look, just stay with your wife. Just don't don't come over here with this.
Right.
You messing up a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. She's like, look, you ain't getting no breakfast over here, bruh. Okay. I ain't cooking.
Nope.
Okay. You better stay over there. Yeah. I get it. Look, I get it.
I didn't want to go there, but yeah. But one of my favorite lines in the song, because again, it's bluesy and a lot of stuff rhymes, but it's I think it's in the second verse where she just drops the rhyme entirely. And she was like, yeah, and all of a sudden you started catching feelings somehow. Like it was just like so dismissive. Like just drop the whole rhyme scheme, just like somehow. Why? I just love it. It's so funny.
That's also
like, I'm not a blues person. Yeah, I'm not a blues music person. Like I listen to it to laugh. That's about it.
Honestly, it's comedy gold, and it's comedy gold with the intention of being sincere, and like that's the part that really
that's what makes it so good, though. Is this? If it wasn't as sincere, if this song was written to be funny, it would not be funny.
Exactly,
or at least it would maybe get a chuckle just from the premise, but that would be it. Yeah. Again, she's so sincere. She really sells the sincerity of like, please, no, don't do this.
No, baby, no. The song just starts off
so good.
Oh well, moving into the other sincere song. Insert eye roll here. IDGAF. I don't give a fuck by G-Eazy, Chris Brown, and Mariah, the Scientist.
This was the other song. I kind of agree with you. This was the other song next to Before He Cheats that I skipped pretty regularly. I'm sorry to say.
I love the beat for the song.
The beat is phenomenal.
I hate the arrogance of the lyrics. That's the part that pisses me off more than anything. And
it is super toxic.
Super toxic.
It definitely deserves its spot on the playlist.
Yeah. I'm going to defer to y'all before I go off on a tangent.
All right. Well, sounds like you got thoughts, Sugar. I want to hear them.
Well, I only really have to say that easy to dance to, move to, relate to, all that. And 9 out of 10, don't give a fuck. Okay? So it's relatable. Like, you know? Like, why don't y'all like it? What's going on with you people in Georgia?
It's called having Southern values. So
okay.
So the problem I have with this song is this dude is intentionally fucking up somebody else's relationship. Like, so it's like, come on, bruh. Like, and he's like, well, I don't give a fuck. Okay, yeah, you got a man. I don't give a fuck about him. Like, oh, bruh. Like
it's the total opposite of Ginuwine. It's the total opposite of Ginuwine in his song up above in the playlist.
Yes, definitely that. And just like somebody just like not reading the room, crossing the boundaries, like, bruh, like step the fuck off. Like you interrupting my situation, you know, trying to holler at my, you know, my girl, my partner, whoever. Just fall back. Like you got your own chick. Like, why are you trying to get over here? Like you being greedy. So
like she's literally telling him in the chorus, you know, I got a man, you know, I got a man. Like, don't you understand? Like she's like being like, no, I got a man. Like, stop. And he's just like, I don't care. Meet me at this hotel.
Exactly.
Listen.
I'm listening.
That's what they do.
I know it don't make it right, but that's what they do.
Okay.
I get it.
Like that's what they do.
It's super realistic. I don't like it at all.
Oh.
But that's like but like, and for this to be a song that's popular on the radio currently as we're recording this, and I'm just like, wow, this is just wow. Like you're just teaching people the wrong kind of values. Like if somebody's in a committed relationship, don't be trying to insert yourself into that and try to put a fork, like being a home wrecker. So that's the toxic trait in this song. It's
for sure.
being a home wrecker, 100%. The other toxic trait of this song is the fact that she's even entertaining this bullshit on the side.
Yeah.
And that's the part that pisses me off too. Because I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, if she was a good girlfriend, she would have blocked this guy a long time ago.
Yeah, you sit here and have a conversation and your dude is over here, you bragging about your current dude to your side dude.
See, come on, man. Come on. Why don't you guys understand? You can't let go of everybody just because you're in a relationship. Because what if it fails? Who you gonna fall back on? You can't let him go. She might need him.
Someone new and better. Look, if it was gonna work out, it would have worked out. I ain't gonna go back in the past.
No, it's not about the working out. It's about the needing some relief right now. And so if her and her dude don't work out, then, you know, she could hit Chris up like, remember what you said?
Yeah.
Where we gonna be at? What's up? I
get having a backup plan for sure. I get it.
That's definitely in my experience, women definitely think like that more than men do. I feel like.
You're so green.
So okay, God, like this is literally what it feels like having a devil and an angel on your shoulder at the same time.
Yeah,
we're literally on both sides of you right now.
He has two angels.
I got two. Correction, my bad.
High-fiving behind his head and shit. You know.
Oh wait, are you talking about me or Terry?
No.
You, Brandon.
Got two angels. Yeah, no devil over here. Yay!
Right.
We're so innocent and so pure.
Like it's wonderful though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, it's
I don't know that I've ever been there before though.
Damn.
Even in my youth, I don't know.
I don't know. Whenever I'm in a relationship, I don't think like, oh, I want to keep this person as a backup just in case this fails. That's just me. It's hard for me to understand that perspective a little bit.
Aww.
Yeah.
Because again, I think I just look forward. Like if we like hooked up for something in the past, but now I'm in a relationship, like you're now in the past, you're part of my past. And if this relationship falls through, like maybe if I bump into that person or somehow we run into each other and reconnect, then yeah, sure, I wouldn't mind picking it back up. But I'm probably just going to try and find someone different, someone new.
I mean, I agree.
I mean, if you're trying to find someone to be with for real, then yeah, that would apply. However, if you're not trying to find someone to really be with, you just need to, keep those cobwebs knocked off and, relieve some tension.
I've definitely been exactly what you're talking about. I can't deny that. So I understand what you're saying.
See, I think we can pull it out of you.
So what I'm thinking is that devil is still there. It's just them two angels jumped him and got him tied up in the corner somewhere. Just got to free that devil a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I've been in that situation, I wasn't like with someone. It was like I was still like I was single, and then just someone happens to hit me up or something from my past, and it's like, okay, well, let's see what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's different. I feel like if you're in a relationship, I guess is my point. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but before you get in that relationship, you had people that you knew. And so just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you stop knowing those people.
No, but in this song, it's not, you don't necessarily have to completely just stop knowing them altogether. But if the person in question is constantly hitting you up being like, hey, screw your man, come meet me in this hotel so we can sneaky link. Maybe stop talking to that dude if you value the relationship you're in. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
The disappointment in your voice. Damn.
I know, right? I'm no good.
Well,
I'm not no good. I'm just kind of no good. Because I'm gonna be like, ha ha ha, you're so silly, and then I might not talk to you for a few months. But if I need to talk to you, I'm gonna have your number.
Yeah, it tracks. Which this is a perfect segue into the next song, "Both Ain't Shit" by Megan Thee Stallion and Richh. And I purposely put this song after this song because I feel like G-Eazy and Mariah the Science is in that song. I don't give a fuck. Both of them ain't shit. And then Megan Thee Stallion's song comes in to reiterate that same situation. Because I'm lying, I'm lying to her, and she lying to him. We both ain't shit. Both of y'all fucked up, and that is the epitome of toxicity.
Of ratchet. No, that's the epitome of ratchet.
Yes,
yeah,
100%. Both fit here, in my opinion.
Right.
But I do love the self-awareness, and my favorite line from Megan was, "We ain't together, but we together." I was like, damn, that is so real. The amount of people, the amount of females in particular that I've talked to in the past, they be having these feelings and having conversations about somebody that they're not even together with.
They're not even, it's not even been a conversation. You're just
not even and the person is not even aware, but that's your man. Yeah. He don't know it yet. But we stupid. You got to break that down to us. What are the rules to this game?
We don't know if you don't tell us. Most of the time.
Sometimes you gotta pull up a PowerPoint and really break it down because we'd be like, huh?
And even then, we'll still probably ask clarifying questions at the end just to be ultra sure.
It'd be like, huh?
Can we go back to slide 6? I have a question.
What's the slide about again? What? But sonically, the song had me in a chokehold because it samples one of my favorite Tina Marie songs. And I just fell in love with the beat immediately. And then when I heard the lyrics, I was like, okay, I had to pull an emergency audible and swap out a song for this one because I was like, it has to go on this playlist. I couldn't hold it for another playlist. I was like, this has to go on here.
Can we briefly talk about the other? We don't have to get super into it, but I just want to say Money Long.
Leave My Baby Tonight featuring Glorilla.
Yeah, I really like that song.
I really liked it too. I really did. It was one of my favorite ones, honestly. And it was hard to pull that one off, but I didn't want to make the playlist even longer because I figure.
And this is definitely comparing just B.A.S. and that song. This is definitely the more toxic of the two. Yeah. 100 and that, so much %. But I did like how you had it originally. We might cut all this, but I just want to say I did like how originally you had it on the playlist with that was right before Kill Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have kind of similar but very different lines between those two songs that just tickled me a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
Money, which one?
Yeah,
B.A.S.
the money. Yeah.
Really?
I was like, huh? Cool beat, but huh?
Well, I like how it was like she was becoming more self-aware in the song.
Self-aware and like self-respect.
Self-respect, and then but then it kind of takes a little bit of violent turn. She's like, okay, I'm about to take my my gun.
Take my 40 off safety. That's true. But my favorite line is Glorilla's, "I always got your back, but damn, baby, I got a back too." That's a good line. That's really a really good line.
It really is.
Yeah.
That line's been kicking around in my head for weeks now, I gotta say.
Honestly, that line really kind of made me respect Glorilla as a lyricist more.
Same.
That line. I was
same. 100%. Yeah.
She definitely got bars. Fuck it. Okay. Well, to the listeners, the song is back on the playlist. I took it off originally, but it's back on there. we talked about it. Y'all can enjoy it. But yeah, but what's your thoughts on B.A.S, Sugar?
Yeah, just that it's ratchet.
Like ratchet in a good way or ratchet in a bad way?
Just ratchet. No.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right.
Right.
All right. Okay. Good enough. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah.
Enough has said.
It was fun, but ratchet.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
Okay. Well, one final thought. I actually like Kyle's Richh verse. Like he actually came through. Like I like how you start his verse off like, what the fuck? Like just the anger in his voice and confusion. Like they both ain't shit, but yet they both have possessive qualities over each other in a relationship. And I love that. I love that dichotomy of the verses. So moving on to Fall Slowly by Joyner Lucas featuring Ashanti, who in my opinion does not even sound like Ashanti, but it's Ashanti, I guess.
Wait, where we at?
Fall Slowly.
Fall Slowly.
Joyner Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Was this my pick or your pick, Terry?
Oh, this is definitely your pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I hate this song.
That's fair. That would explain why you said it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. You kicked us off. Expand on that, sir. What do you hate about this song?
So, okay. The messaging in the song, I get it. And his like Joyner Lucas doesn't miss a beat as far as delivery and all that good stuff. I just don't like the beat. I don't like how Ashanti is singing in the song because it doesn't sound like Ashanti. He could have got anybody else on this song and it would be exactly the same. You would not tell the difference between whoever. You could have had Taylour Swift singing the hook. It would be the same damn song.
Please God,
but you got Ashanti. So when I saw featuring Ashanti, I thought Ashanti was going to like actually sing, but no, she just kind of.
That is my one big gripe. Is there's not more Ashanti.
It's such a snoozer song. I don't like it. I mean, Joyner obviously, he's gonna come with the bars, but it just, I definitely skipped this song the most.
That's fair. All right, Sugar. What were your thoughts? I would have had Terrio's Terrio's take.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
No, I don't really have anything to say about this song. Like,
and that is my point.
Yeah, like it didn't do anything for me. I'm at a loss. I'm falling slowly.
Oh.
I have fallen.
Well, I guess this is me just going back to my lyric heavy focus roots a little bit, because that's 95, maybe more like 99% of why I picked it.
I mean, it literally
like
talks about toxic in the
it.
song.
It does. And both what he's talking about himself and his partner in the song both have toxic traits, and they're still sticking together despite that, which is kind of nice, kind of still toxic at the same time.
Like, this song is the, I guess, hip hop equivalent of I Feel Like I'm Drowning. But I Feel Like I'm Drowning is a better bop for me, sonically.
It's a little bit different, I feel like, because this still has we're toxic and crazy and probably not great for each other, but I love you and we're going to sit together anyways. Whereas I Feel Like I'm Drowning is like, you're dark and deep and vicious and I kind of want nothing to do with you now. That's the vibes I get, at least. It's also subjective. So
yeah, fair enough.
Okay, well, you guys both hated that one. Maybe you'll like my next pick, on the playlist, which was Kill Bill by SZA. This was another one of my personal favorites from the playlist, even though I'm the one who picked this. I like this song a lot. What are y'all's thoughts?
My only thought is, why do people always tell on themselves? Like, don't they know the feds is coming when you telling what you do?
That was your only thought in the song?
Yes.
But she did it sober. So that's good, right?
Yeah.
No,
and she would rather be in jail than be alone. So,
Dang.
I mean, it's a win-win. She gets to go to jail. She gets to be with people and I'll be alone.
Okay.
Just okay.
That's it.
Moral of the story, Suga says, deny, deny, deny. Don't put
There it is right there. Take it to the grave. Take it to the grave.
I mean, I like the song. I will briefly mention that she hates this song, actually. SZA. Even though she wrote it. Hate is a strong word, but like if you watch her interview / YouTube video with Hot Ones, she gets it on there. She actually kind of, I won't say dismissive of the song, but it's like this is like one of her top hits. But she writes her own stuff, and she was kind of just haphazardly kind of just wrote this song, and it just like kind of a throwaway song, and then it turns into a big giant hit. And she's like, but the stuff I spend the most time crafting and, getting the right words and all this stuff, those are the ones that people don't pay attention to. But this one, she was just like, okay, Kill Bill, blah, 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 blah. And then it blows up. She's like, that's the one y'all want? So she kind of felt some kind of way about it. I just thought that was interesting. It's funny how sometimes the thing that you think is quote unquote trash will be the thing that everybody wants. And the thing that you think is a masterpiece work of art is stuff that nobody pays attention to.
Well, I do just want to say to SZA, if you're ever listening to this episode, I did not know this song existed until I went looking for songs for this playlist. So I love all of your other work. I just want you to know. Give us a shout out.
Yes, SZA. Our DMs are available for whatever you want to send. That's funny. All right. Well, let's get into something that is not funny, but also funny at the same time. We Cry Together by Kendrick Lamar featuring Taylour Paige.
I have mixed feelings on this song, and I have since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So
have you heard this song before, Sugar?
Not before this.
Oh, okay. What was your take?
No, I'm good.
Too real, right?
It is.
Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I just knew I was going to love it because it was Kendrick Lamar and I love him. Mm-hmm. And, like everything, but yeah, no. Like, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't.
I full stop agree with everything you just said. When this album came out, I remember being kind of disappointed just because it was such a departure from the Kendrick I knew at that point. Mm-hmm. I've since listened to it a few more times and at least understand the artistic appeal to it. But I definitely set it down. I listened literally through the album once, and then I set it down and I was like, okay, well, that's the thing. And I didn't listen to it for months. And the only song that I remembered off the entire album was this song because it is so visceral and real, and it sticks with you. This is a song you remember long after you've heard it, I feel like.
Yeah. This was my pick, and even I skipped it a couple times.
I also definitely skipped it a few times. Well, it's also like, how long is it? I mean, it's not like a super long song. It's almost 6 minutes. It's 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So like,
that's long for today.
That's definitely for today. It's not like by any means the longest song we've had on the playlist, but it's longer than average.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 70 song length.
No, okay, 70 song. That's like this.
That's
song
like
is
a
just
7.5.
Just an intro.
Like a 7.5, 8.5 minutes. It's more like a 80s, 90s.
Yeah. I would say there's definitely more 90s R&B song, but 70s this song would like if it was a 70s song, they'll just start singing it at the 5 minute mark. It'll just be instrumental all the way up into the. Yep. But this song, I have to give kudos for obviously the rapping and the lyricism going back and forth. It almost definitely kind of gives me Lin-Manuel Miranda vibes. Like it kind of feels like a play going back and forth, like that kind of vibe. but like in a good way. I'm not saying that to disparage Kendrick and everything, but it definitely is one of those songs that is just, it's so real, it's so visceral, and it's so like a slice of life that is like super jarring and just really cuts for the jugular, that I could not put this on the playlist. I personally love the twist at the end. I just kind of crack up at that part, and then even the last twist at the end with the tap dancing. So I was just like, well, damn. like let's stop tap dancing around the conversation. It's like, oh well, you could have tap danced a little bit more. You ain't had to go that hard into like the slice of life. Because this song should come with like a coupon to BetterHelp or like some kind of therapy session after this. Because man, that song it hits so hard if you're going to do something like that. I can only imagine if somebody's going through a real life situation and that song comes on. I've
actually been wondering, because I've definitely, since the song came out, I've not had like a relationship where I got in like a huge fight or anything, and then like went and listened to this song. I do wonder if you're like in that situation where you just had a big fight and maybe it ended how the song ends, or maybe it didn't. But I just wonder, like, hearing this and just again how visceral and genuine it is, like what kind of is it cathartic? I wonder. Is it just like just put you right back in that same not good spot?
Well, Sheba, do you want to take that question, or you want me to jump in?
You go ahead.
I think that answers your question right there. No, but like, I mean, cause like for me, like I don't know how other people argue, so I can only speak for myself. But I know it's very common for people to replay an argument and be like, "Oh, I should have said this, or I could have said that," or if they say this, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. Like have these things already lined up, and then you get into the argument, and then you kind of go, and then you start saying some foul shit or whatever, or bring up some old shit that don't even matter anymore. Just like I'm talking about these dirty dishes, and she's like, "Well, that's why your mom's a bitch." She's like, "What? Hold up, what's it?" Like, where does this come from? Like, we're talking about two different things right now. So I can imagine that if this song were to come on and you're in a situation or just like experience something like that, it definitely is like rehashing that whole situation over again, and then will subsequently put you back in that mindset.
It's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, which is exactly the reason why I put the Pina Colada song right after
which
that.
Is. I love you for that, by the way. I just want you to know. Like, yes.
So, and many people would think, like, why do you have the Pina Colada song on a toxic relationship playlist? Well, I was going through, and still am, kind of sort of going through a yacht rock phase. I will openly admit that I'm a yacht rock fan. I love a lot of the music in that era and that genre. And this song was on that playlist that I was listening to. And I've always heard the Pina Colada, that part.
Getting caught in the rain.
Yeah, but I never really like listened to the lyrics. So as I'm actually listening to the lyrics, and I'm hearing what he's saying, I was like, this is so fucked up in so many ways. Like, this is like pre-Tinder, pre-internet, but like the fact that you're like tired of your old lady and get caught up and like you like decide to step out on a relationship just to end up back with your old lady again because she also stepped out of a relationship. This is like the yacht rock of both ain't shit. Both of them ain't shit. Got caught up.
It's definitely super toxic up until they meet, and then it turns into like a sweet romantic song almost. But yeah, I definitely agree. This is one of the songs I've like thought about the most on like, how is this song toxic? this last week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how is it toxic? Because I have never really paid any attention to the words.
So,
but I just know it's a classic.
Yes,
it's toxic because he's literally laying in bed reading the newspaper for personal ads of like meeting another person.
Oh.
Unbeknownst to him, that like the ad that he's responding to in secret, trying to keep a secret from his wife or whatever, is his wife's ad. So like they're both toxic for just not either just splitting up and just go seeing other people, or going to counseling or something. Like just if you're in that situation, just end it. I feel like, but
yeah, they both end up putting their personal ad out in the local paper.
And again, this is before Tinder.
Answering the same, like so.
You can't just secretly go in the bathroom for 20 minutes and quickly make a Tinder profile and be online. Like, no, you had to go buy the paper, pull it out, read it, go buy an envelope and stamps, write a letter to respond. There's a whole ordeal this guy went through to do, and for her to do it originally.
I mean,
it's a lot more involved.
to make plans at, O'Malley's and everything too. Like you have to like get there at a certain time and just, man.
And
God,
they were both so desperate for something new. They were literally willing to like meet a stranger for a
at
skate.
a bar just to escape.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like that's different from what we were talking about earlier with other songs of like having like, someone that you hooked up with in the past and you just keep them on stand. This is a stranger, from their perspective at the beginning of the song, at least. But then again, they meet and then they kind of laugh about it and they decide to like embrace that they really didn't know each other. And it seems to be like a next chapter of their life type deal at the end, which is very sappy and romantic and happy and blah,
which
blah,
is
blah,
really
blah,
stupid.
blah, blah.
Like, how are you going to be like next to somebody? Or
in
like,
real life, it would never happen that way.
It never would. Like, again, that would have been like, this is
what?
What you mean?
I don't think it would happen this way in real life.
As
If
far as,
two
like,
people were trying to cheat on each other and then they ended up meeting each other as the person they were cheating on, I don't think they still, I could potentially see them like staying together through that. But I also definitely see like a cocktail being thrown in someone's face, something along those lines.
Well, again, this is very Lifetime movie vibes. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think my imagination is just too darn expansive.
Go on.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, because I get it. Like,
God dang it.
I get it.
Sugar over here talking about like personally, I would have had a whole page ad right on the front. Like.
But no, like I'm saying, like, okay, if both of you guys are cheating or thinking about cheating and you run and you end up meeting your person that you're trying to cheat with, then you have to look at your relationship and what's missing. And if both of you guys are doing it, then that opens the door for communication to be able to fix it.
If both people are like level-headed and mature adults, I could definitely see either side or both sides being like, "You bitch, you're cheating on me." Like this is knowing other people my age, I could see that being the scenario that would play out in real life.
Yeah,
but you're definitely, I do agree with you that it does open the door for communication because it's like, well, obviously we have problems. We also obviously are surprisingly what we're looking for.
Yeah, and neither one of them knew that they like pina coladas. Like, how do you be together and not know that you like pina coladas?
Right.
Like, that's just like that whole communication part was definitely missing.
They didn't calm the rain. Like, who didn't know?
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, wow, they was even. I mean, cheating is always since the beginning of time. But even an old classic song like this is like, damn, it was toxic back then too. They were just
oh yeah,
old
always
school toxic.
But see, here's the thing. Like I'm this person. I'm going to talk about all these different scenarios in the beginning of the relationship. Mm-hmm. So if something like this does happen, then it's not going to hit so hard.
True. Yeah, because they already know what the expectations are.
Well, like
and what the possibilities are and how to handle it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because because I'm talking about it in the beginning. They're like,
for sure. Like any good relationship, communication is key.
Yeah, but also sugar is a rare breed, unfortunately. Fortunately, but / unfortunately. I mean, it should be more of like people.
It's unfortunate that it's rare.
Thank you. That's all I was trying to say. Words are hard. So as we're bringing the podcast to the close, we got the last song on the podcast, "Back to Black" by Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. It's got a lot of soul in this song, I feel like. Amy Winehouse herself is just very soulful.
Yeah.
I agree. However. Okay, like I'm not a drug person. And so I was trying to get into it.
Drugs or the song?
The song.
Okay. Just, I had to clarify there. Just to make sure.
Okay. I know what blow is, but what's puff?
No diddy.
Shut up.
Is that the answer or
No, that's not the answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Puff and Diddy is not the answer. No.
Okay, like what is Puff? Like, okay.
I just took it as, I don't know if it's any, I mean, I'm not like, I'm not a big druggie or anything either, really, but I just assumed Puff was any type of like, she was smoking something. So she's puffing on something. I don't know. I mean, that could be any number of things.
Right.
Yeah, I would assume, like, I honestly would assume it'll just be weed, like just puffing weed, whatever, weed smoke. That's kind of what I was thinking.
That is so green. I don't think from Amy Winehouse.
I don't really want to get into it, but she passed away from like a heroin overdose, from what I remember.
Right.
So, and I believe at least you can smoke heroin, so that could be referring to that.
I didn't know that until recently.
I've never even been, as far as I know, within like a mile of heroin, so I don't really know for sure.
I don't know where it was. I don't know if I saw something, if I was watching a movie. I don't know. But I just learned that this year, like I'm going to say in the last 3 to 6 months, learned that you could smoke heroin. I did not know that.
I think I saw it in some movie, one of those Lifetime movies from back in the probably wasn't a Lifetime movie, but some movie somewhere was like a dark movie or something where, you know, they're doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't 100% know if that's what she's talking about in that line. Essentially, though, the meaning of that line is like, you're going back to your vice, I'm going back to mine, is how I took it.
Oh, okay.
You know, their vices happen to be drugs. But he also, like, literally her second line is like, he went back to keep his dick wet. So, like, he's also leaving her for another woman.
Damn.
Yeah. Which I didn't realize that was a line that she said in the song. And so I pulled up the lyrics. I was just like, oh. Okay.
I didn't either, because it's the way she sings it. For the longest time, that's not what I was hearing.
Yep.
But literally, she opens the song with, he left no time to regret, kept his dick wet, with the same old safe bet. So, like,
with that same side piece.
Yeah. So this one's also another one that's just, I've learned today, depending on your perspective, cheating is wrong, potentially. So this one, I guess, isn't like super toxic necessarily in that regard. Yeah. She's obviously pretty devastated over it, sounds like, in the song. If you're going back to black, whatever that's a metaphor for, whether that's drugs or just depression or something else, I don't know. But
yeah,
black tar heroin, is that a thing?
Damn.
Yeah, that is a thing that I've heard people say before. At least I don't know if it's actually a thing, but it's a thing I've heard.
Yeah, back to back. I know she likes black.
All right. See, I think I must have done drugs in a past life, because it's like really scary. Like, I don't even like talking about it. Yeah. Like, I almost don't want to breathe because I don't want to like
get a contact high.
Yeah, imaginary one. What the hell?
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I've had friends that, you know, have various different levels of addiction and gone into, you know, halfway houses and therapy and all that good stuff. And it's hard because you want to be supportive, but there's literally nothing you can do. It's purely on them to.
My heart definitely goes out for them, but it does take, the onus is on that person pretty much always for them to be taking the steps to fix that. No one else outside of themselves can do that for them. Yeah.
So I guess my question, and so the whole point of the song was her dude or her partner or whatever was cheating. So her reaction is to go back to drugs, right? So that's the toxic trait in this self-harm.
That's how I took it. Okay. Yeah. It's just the, like, again, whether it's from, you know, being depressed of the situation or whatever it is, just like going back to self-destructive habits and somewhat, I guess, on the guy for, like, I would assume he's, at least if he's been with her for a while. In my head, I built this whole headcanon where it's like, he knows she's dealing with issues and he's like still like just messing around and like messing with her head anyways. So like if you're with someone and you know they're like going through something, especially something as big as like a recovery from addiction, which is a lifetime thing for most people. Yeah, it's pretty not nice to be doing stuff like that instead of just sitting down and being upfront and just having an honest conversation. and then instead of doing stuff behind their back and sending them spiraling.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is also one of the tracks I skipped. I like Amy Winehouse, but I'm not like, I wasn't like a super hardcore fan. Like, I didn't really pay attention to more of her music more so until after she passed. But after that, I was kind of like, okay, she definitely had the talent, has the voice, but definitely gone too soon for sure. But,
I mean, I'll agree with you. I skipped this song, not as much as the other songs that I mentioned I skipped, but I would skip it occasionally as well, especially being at the end, because I would just loop the playlist. So knowing Pick Up the Phone by Falling in Reverse was next on deck, I would usually want to get back to that like high fun energy, even if that song is awful lyrically. Or like, the subject matter is awful.
Facts. So, out of all the songs on the playlist, which one was your favorite, Sugar?
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. I would say it would be between, oh my. If I Get Caught, Still Be Friends, and IDGAF.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All of those are kind of new. You know, like I didn't have any of them already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure if I heard those songs before now.
How much of them being new do you think factors into you picking them? Because, for me, if I hear a new song I like, I'm going to like really jam to that song for a second and like not pay as much attention to if it's compared to another song I've already heard 100 times and is constantly in my rotation. Like whenever I hear a new good song, I don't care about this old song I've already heard 100 times. I just want to listen to this new thing I like. I think it's kind of like that for you, Sugar?
No. I think
okay. Oh, that's what I was asking.
I think it's all about the toxicity of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just fun, and I think that's why I like it. Because again, it's for me, it's about the music first. And so if I can, like do my little 2-step in the kitchen while I'm cooking dinner, then
I can respect that.
It's so yeah. For me, it's the music.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. Brandon, you have any favorite picks?
Just the two I said. This Is Love and Stay With Your Wife.
Okay.
Which are two radically different sounding songs on the playlist.
Awesome.
What about you?
I mean, my classic, What's So Different. And also because of the new factor, I definitely like Both Ain't Shit by Megan Thee Stallion. I've been kind of wearing that one out as of late. Well, thank you for joining us, Sugar. I appreciate you coming through and adding us, giving Brandon some insight on toxic relationships and whatnot.
I've learned a lot.
Okay, cool beans. I was trying to knock that angel off his shoulder. It's still hanging on though.
Its grip has loosened after recording this, though. I gotta be honest.
That's awesome. And my angel has been missing.
Got a bolo out for him.
Be on the lookout. If you see this angel, he is armed and dangerous. Armed with the Holy Spirit. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to the playlist as well as joining us on the podcast today. Thank you, Sugar, for coming through and offering such valuable insight and helping us see things from a different perspective and different lens. If you're enjoying this, what was that?
I said I had a ball.
Awesome. And if you also had a ball and want to enjoy more of the podcast, you can always go to afterplaylist.com for our social media links, previous episodes, as well as previous music playlists. Like and subscribe to this episode as well as the music playlist. It's totally free and helps support the show. But if you want to do a little bit more, you can consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/afterplaylist. We're working on having more offers there, but there's also a free membership there as well. So you can always just be there and be on the lookout for whatever we throw your way. So
yep.
Until next time, keep on listening.
Next time. Keep
Doodles.
on listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Black Giraffe made this.